Alright, so this is a weird one in terms of its title. So, it's supposed to be called The Three Musketeers in Boots, even though it has nothing to do with musketeers. And, yeah, the Puss in Boots from the previous movie is still the only one there. Unless maybe it's counting the three assassins, but don't know why it would count them. But anyway, I think the proper title for this should be, Puss in Boots in the Wild West. Um, as you might have guessed, it's, well, first of all, this is a sequel to the previous Toei Puss in Boots movie. Um, and yeah, it takes place in the Wild West. Wild, Wild West. Um, which is weird since it's like 300 years or so after when the first movie takes place, but whatever. I guess Pierrot's a time traveler, and so are the other cats. Yeah, I guess cats can just travel through time. Makes sense. Anyway, the story is Pierrot's being chased by the other assassin cats, and he arrives in this old western village, and there he meets this girl who's like the daughter of this. I forget what her father did. Did he like run a saloon or something? I forget, but yeah, her father was murdered by these bandits, and it's some plot involving counterfeit money, and yeah, um, the boss running the bandits is like he like has the mayor under his thumb, I guess. Um, the mayor's working for the bad guy. Um, but yeah, I can't really say much in terms of the story. Pretty pretty basic Western plot. Um, but the movie's definitely got some highlights. It's still got plenty of the slapstick humor that the first Puss in Boots movie had. It's I think I might even say there might have been some funny lines here and there. Um, but it's a basic little movie. But in comparing this with the first one, it's not as well made as the first one was. The first one had better animation and everything, but this one's not nearly as drawn out. And there's some definite highlights, mostly like near the end. Um, uh, I mean, characters. What were my main issues with the first one? Again, just the drawn out climax. This one's much shorter. The climax is, it's got a much better pace overall. Um, yeah, and Pierrot's still kind of a jerk. He spends much of the movie like pushing around, or actually pretty much everyone in the movie's like pushing around this kid named Jimmy. But by the end, we like Jimmy, like for most of the movie, is being played up as this idiot and coward. Um, and he's like just a kid, but yeah, by the end of the movie, it turns out he's like secretly a badass. Like you start seeing him do some weird things, and you wonder what he's up to. And yeah, I suspected he might have been like a secret agent or something, but yeah, honestly, I don't know was what the story was supposed to be. Like, I don't know if he was like just secretly the sheriff at the time, and but yeah, by the end he's like pulling all the pulling all the weight around. He's doing all the heavy lifting, and he's beating up all these bad guys, and yeah, he's actually shooting a bunch of bad guys with his guns. And so yeah, we have a kid killing a bunch of adult henchmen. Or yeah, not just the henchmen, he kills the main bad guy too. And yeah, Piero's a lot goofier in this movie. In the first one, he was kind of like, in the first movie he was kind of a badass, but yeah, in this one he's a lot clumsier, and yeah, he's a bit more like a comic relief. And yeah, he doesn't do as much at the end, or yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't do all the work at the end. He like the most he does is like try to put a slingshot together with all of these Native American mice, but yeah, he doesn't really get a chance to use it on the bad guys because Jimmy takes out the main bad guy before he gets a chance. But yeah, I do think the shootout at the end is really cool. I think there was a lot of nice action, animation stuff. Jimmy's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, once you... Yeah, so yeah. Basically, Jimmy's the highlight of the movie. And there's not really a whole lot to say, but I think the movie's like straightforward and it's entertaining enough. And is there anything else I can really say? I don't know. Well, I'd probably say the first Puss in Boots might have had more objective qualities to it. This one, I think, entertained me a little more. For one thing, because it's not as drawn out. But yeah, aside from that, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. So I think I'll just leave it there since I'm having trouble finding the words to say anyway. So yeah. Anyway, I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10. And yeah, if you're a fan of the first Puss in Boots, or I don't know, anything related to what I've been talking about, I probably would suggest you watch the first one before this, but aside from that, yeah, feel free to check this movie out. And yeah, as usual, if there's anything else I feel I need to add, I'll put it in the comments. So yeah, I guess that's about it for now. Mash it and smash it signing off.